Hello and welcome. I'm David Dagler, President of the Maine Community College System, and I am so pleased to welcome you to this special online presentation of the Students of the Year. You know, normally we have this with lunch and presentations and everything, and the way things have worked out this year, we just can't do that. But I am so glad that we are able to have this event and celebrate our students. It's sincerely the highlight of their year. I've been kicking around this system for nearly 20 years now in one form or another, and this event has always brought us home to the reason that we dedicate ourselves and our lives to the work of being part of this community college system. So I thank you for joining us. I thank you for participating. And I hope that you will take the time to gather with us and celebrate these fine students. In a moment, we're going to hear from, in a moment, we're going to hear from some great people, the Students of the Year. But for right now, I need to get started and talk to you about these fine, extraordinary students. They've demonstrated grit and determination, and this year is no exception. The first of the Students of the Year you'll hear from will be Marcel Shalhoub. He is from Northern Maine Community College. Then we have Clinton Dakin of Washington County Community College, Kate Mcpherson from Central Maine Community College, Mason Peterson from Kennebec Valley Community College, Ethan Preble of Eastern Maine Community College, and Billie Sue Santo from York County Community College. Then Liam Woodworth Cook of Southern Maine Community College. You'll hear about their remarkable life stories, about their grit, and about their determination in a few minutes. But right now, I want to recognize the members of the Maine Community College System Board of Trustees. Students, you need to understand that with these trustees, together with the presidents of your colleges and the staff, bring this educational experience to you. And I'm really deeply grateful for their efforts. I'm also honored to bring to you a message from our governor, Janet Mills. If you know anything about Governor Mills, you know that she's a champion of our state's young people. She loves young people and she loves people who are learning. And she is a true friend of the community colleges. She can't be here in person, the same as none of us can be here in person. But we do have a tape that she recorded just for this event.
Hello, this is Governor Janet Mills. Congratulations to the Maine Community College System 2020 Students of the Year. I wish I could be with you to celebrate this achievement in person. I know how hard you've worked and the obstacles you've overcome to make your colleges and your communities a much better place. I hope this well-deserved honor has taught you to believe in yourself and to recognize that our state, our country, and our world need your talents, your skills, and your dedication to create a better future. The state of Maine is proud of you, I am proud of you, and I look forward to seeing all of you as you achieve so much in the years to come. Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor Mills. I really appreciate those comments and the work that you've done to support the community colleges. I also want to thank several state officials and legislators who are in the audience. You can't see them, but they're here and they're supporters as well. There are too many to call out by name, but they include members of the House, Senate leadership. They also include the chairs of the Education and Cultural Affairs Committee. And I really appreciate their taking their time to participate in this event. The message from the governor and from our honored guests reminds us of how important our students are in their communities and how important the community colleges are to the state as a whole. The community colleges offer an opportunity for people to get ahead, for people who seek opportunity and want a better life. In turn, our students and the graduates play a deeply important role in their communities, finding meaningful work, building ties to family and friends, and giving back to their communities. We're all in this together. This has never been truer than it is today. It's now my privilege to turn you over to another friend, the chair of our Board of Trustees, Jean Gilmarvin.
Thank you, President Dagler, and hello to everybody joining us today. On behalf of my colleagues of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to extend a warm and hearty congratulations to each of these students. I'm in the hospitality business, and I've learned a few things about what it takes to create a community, a place where people arrive and enjoy new experiences, tell others about what happened, and want to return every year. That's how we want our students to feel, that they've arrived at a place that will support and nurture them, that they'll have a unique and excellent experience, that they'll make new friends and learn new things about themselves and the world, that they've arrived at a place where every day and every moment matters. As board members, we have the opportunity to hear many student stories, stories of struggle, but also of achievement and resilience. Today, we recognize this extraordinary group of students. And we also recognize all those who have supported them and helped make it possible for them to achieve so much, their families, their friends, and the dedicated faculty and staff at our colleges. This is your day too. Thank you so very much, and congratulations to our Students of the Year.
Thank you, Jean. You know, in addition to being recognized as a Student of the Year, and that recognition is important in and of itself, the students, each of the students will be recognized also as John and Jana Lapointe Leadership Award recipients, and it carries with that a $1,000 check. Not bad. Members of the Lapointe family are here with us today, and I want to thank them for their deep generosity in supporting this leadership award in honor of their parents, both of whom made significant contributions to our colleges and to the students we serve. Jana's family to us, and she cares deeply about the students in our community colleges. The power of education changes lives, and the John Lapointe story reinforces that. She became a trustee following the loss of her husband, John, who was a member of our Board of Trustees at the time of his death in 1995. His story, which Jana will share, is a reminder to each of us of what we can accomplish when we have vision, hard work, grit, determination, and the support of our community and family. So Jana, thank you for your support.
Thank you, President Daigle. You know, it's always such a pleasure, and we're so honored to represent the Lapointe family in presenting the recipients of the John and Jana Lapointe Student of the Year Awards. As you all know, the award was changed last year when my 4 children decided they would like to have me honored as well, and now contribute yearly to the award. Today represents a new experience for all of us through Zoom. The plus for me is that many of my family out of state are able to watch for the first time. But the downside is that I cannot shake your hand in congratulations, give you a hug, or hand you a tissue if needed. I know you all received your fancy box that includes your medallion, a check for $1,000, a recognition plaque, and a lovely assortment of Stonewall Kitchen products. Not too bad. As we begin today, we need to be reminded that this is the highest award presented by the colleges. Our students are well educated, have demonstrated in many ways their commitment to their college, community, and families. Both John and I were benefactors of 2-year colleges, although we each took a different path. John's story is not unlike many of our students today. He proudly served as a trustee of the Maine Community College until his untimely death in 1995. And I would go on to serve as chair when we became the Maine Community College system in 2003. But this is his story. He was the oldest of 5 children. His family was on welfare until he was 12 years old. Due to an illness in high school, He wanted to repeat his junior year, but the administration said no, and unfortunately, he would graduate in 1954, fifth from the bottom of a class of 500 students from Lowell High School in Massachusetts. For John, there would be many life-changing events. Not being accepted to college of his choice forced him to go to work in a leather factory for 75 cents an hour. In early April, he went to his boss and asked for a raise to $1 an hour. The boss replied, "John, if I give you a raise, you will stay here forever, and you deserve more than this." With that, he applied and was accepted to Dean Academy in Franklin, Massachusetts. With a great deal of scholarship aid and 2 part-time jobs, one of which he sent the money back home to help out his mother with the family, he would stay on at Dean to complete his associate degree. During those years, he played football, baseball, was president of the student government, and graduated in 1958 with high honors and the recipient of the Edward Leslie Grant Award for Academic Excellence and Baseball Achievement. His first and only job from college was with GAF Corporation. He rose to vice president of manufacturing. He then made a decision that if he wanted to reach the very top level of management, he needed to go back to college and get his 4-year degree. He found a weekend college in New York, Marymount College, which at the time was an all-girls college, but offered a weekend program dedicated to both men and women. He went once a month, Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday for 2 years. He received his degree, and unfortunately or fortunately, we think it was fortunately, just a few months later, he learned that the division he headed up was being sold. The problem came that the new owners were financially top-heavy and did not offer him a job. As he thought about his next move, it became clear to him that he could make the filtration products as well as they could. At one point during his GAF career, he had to cross a picket line and worked in the factory where he learned the manufacturing process, and his years in sales and marketing taught him the other necessary skills of the business. So with my financial help as a teacher, along with good health benefits for the family, John went out on his own and he never looked back. Let me assure you, it was not all a bed of roses. At age 45, he had a heart attack. I took a leave of absence from my teaching position at New Canaan High School, and his oldest son, John, left college to keep the business going until he could return. Connecticut in the mid-'80s was not friendly to manufacturing businesses, and after searching many possible states for relocation, with the encouragement of the then Governor John McPherson, we brought the business to Maine in 1989. Today, we are located in a beautiful 90,000 square foot building in Auburn. There are 2 companies, UF Strainwright, a manufacturer of filtration products for processing paint, water, chemicals, and oils, which is owned by our son Alan, and PacGen, a packaging company, whose products are used for the removal of hazardous and non-hazardous waste materials and is owned by our son John. Often people would refer to John as a self-made man. His reply was always the same: "No, I'm not. All my life, there were people who believed in me and were there to help when I needed it." He always had a can-do attitude, but I believe his single greatest gift was his capacity to give unconditionally to others. John died 25 years ago this month, and today I know how proud he would be of all of you. We both would encourage you to never give up, keep pursuing your dreams, never accept it can't be done, and always give back to society whenever and whatever you can. You all have my deepest respect and admiration for all your accomplishments. Congratulations, you truly are the best.
Jana, you initiated this award several years ago, and it was out of the respect that you had for John's grit and determination. And these students, they've demonstrated that grit and determination, as have so many others throughout the community colleges. I know you must be, as a parent myself, I know you must be proud to have your children step in and share in your passion. So I want to thank you again. Now, the reason we're all here. Jana mentioned that we mailed the plaque, the medallion, and the letters to each of the students because we couldn't be together in person. So we are going to begin with the deans of students, recognizing each of their individual students from each of the colleges. We'll begin with Bill Egler, Dean of Students at Northern Maine Community College.
Thank you, President Egler. And first, I'd like to begin by saying congratulations to all of the students being recognized today. NM Student of the Year exemplifies what I consider to be the best of Maine. A county native, Marcel Shalhoub grew up in the tiny town of Easton. Like many others, the world called, and after high school, he joined the Marines and served tours of duty in both Afghanistan and Iraq. After his time in the military ended, Marcel's service did not. For 10 years, he served in law enforcement in Nashville, Tennessee, while his wife, Christy, practiced law. Although careers may be rewarding, it was a family that beckoned. They were blessed with 2 children, Evangeline, now 6, and Alexandra, 3. Yet to Marcel, something was lacking: the environment, their environment. For anything to grow proper and strong, you need a healthy environment. All of this serves as a backdrop to some 2+ years ago when Christy and Marcel decided that family values, a term you hear thrown around a lot these days, were more important than anything else in their lives, and they decided to move back to where Marcel grew up, that tiny little town of Easton. It was there, in that environment, that Marcel felt he could recalibrate, that's his word, himself and be the man, no, be the dad he aspired to be. Once here, his recalibration required introspection, direction, and then the determination to live by the ideals that he set forth as the measurements he would compare himself against. Those ideals, those values included service to his family and others, hard work, a respect for nature and the environment, excellence, humility, and a steadfast determination to give his children the strongest possible start in life. But he also needed a career. We're better than college to become the person you invent for yourself. For college is an opportunity to learn, to mature, to recalibrate, to become. Marcel's love of nature and commitment to preserving the planet for his children led him to enroll in the college's newly formed water treatment technology program. From day one at NM, he committed himself not only to doing the best he could, but also to ensuring that the fledgling program was the absolute best available. It was his early commitment to academic excellence, which is now demonstrated by a 3.9 GPA, and program loyalty, which propelled him into a lab assistant role as a freshman. However, personal academic excellence was insufficient. He projected his commitment to excellence onto his classmates. If someone needed help, Marcel was there. If the program needed a spokesperson, Marcel was there. If the college needed something, anything, Marcel was there. And he was there even when the going got tougher. A change in the program's instructor after its first year might have been devastating, but Marcel again stepped up to the plate and acted as more than a student, more than a lab assistant. He helped to ensure a smooth transition for the new instructor while also continuing to act as a positive professional role model for his classmates, an ever-present tutor, an ambassador for the program and the college. He would not let the program or the college down. As one of his nominators wrote, Marcel is truly a great NMCC success story. He came here to start anew, help to build not only his own future potential, but also that of his chosen program, and leaves us as a recognized in the industry, having been hired before his graduation. It is highly appropriate to recognize Marcel as an MCC ambassador that he is by awarding him the honor of Student of the Year. We could not agree more. Please join me in congratulating NMCC's 2020 Student of the Year, Marcel Shalhoub.
Thank you, Dean Egler. First, to my best friend and beautiful wife, Christy, we did this. To my 6-year-old daughter, Evangeline, and 3-year-old son, Alexander, Papa loves you dearly, and this is for you. To everyone listening, please let me give you just one of the many examples of how NMCC has helped me succeed. There was a time in my very first semester when I knew I would have to leave the school and my dreams of earning a degree behind and go to work full-time just to make ends meet. They did not let me leave. They gave me a way to finish my education. They gave me confidence when I had doubts, courage when I had fear, and they have been role models when it comes to respect for others, teamwork, and the level of professionalism that higher education is supposed to be. To members of the College Foundation, the college staff and instructors at NM, if you have ever doubted the impact of your work, please go poke your head inside the library right now and see my children. Folks, you have given me a beautiful and meaningful career that will provide for my family and let us raise our children right where we chose to, here in Northern Maine. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To the Lapointe family, the entire state of Maine has benefited from your values, your leadership, and committing yourselves to helping improve the lives of others. Thank you. Finally, to our servicemen and women, veterans, those who gave the ultimate sacrifice to give us this opportunity, you are always remembered. I hope I've made you proud. This is for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. Those are just incredible opportunities that you've been given, and the support that you've had from your friends and your family is impressive. Now, I want to introduce Mel Adams, who will come to us and bring us the next Student of the Year, who is Washington County's Clinton Dakin.
Thank you, President Dagler. And to all the Student of the Year awardees, we also offer our congratulations to you in your efforts, both academically, in the community, and on your campus. So Clinton Dakin graduates in May with his 4th credential from Washington County Community College, a certificate in engine specialist. He graduated in 2019 with a heavy equipment maintenance certificate and an associate in applied science and mechanical technology, and in 2018 with a certificate in power equipment and small engine repair. He has maintained president's or dean's lists standing each semester, served as a member of Phi Theta Kappa, volunteered at student senate events, has served as a resident assistant and a trio tutor, and he is a big advocate for trio services. He's also assisted young youth at Totally Trades and Boys Day, creating hands-on demonstration for Washington County youth to expose them to the trade, career, and technical opportunities that exist. He is a 2-time gold medalist winner for Maine Skills USA and a 2-time silver national medalist for Skills USA. These are well-deserved awards and speak to his high academic and co-curricular. But there's another very important part of Clinton Dakin. His love for the mechanical technology and related programs is apparent in the work he does as a tutor and in the classroom. In the classroom, Clinton works tirelessly to understand complex concepts, the mechanics of engines, earth-moving equipment, and technology. He takes these complex concepts and breaks them down for his peers to understand. Not only does this create an excellent opportunity for his peers, but an excellent opportunity for Clinton to illustrate the leader, the teacher, and the mentor that he is to many of our students. He is continually striving to help others in any way he can. He always offers to assist his fellow students no matter what program they are in. As one nominator wrote, "It is not often that you come across such a genuine, unassuming, intelligent, and reliable young man, committed to his work, his peers, and his college." During his time as a trio tutor, he has tutored more than 80 students in the mechanical and trade programs. And his goal in life is to bring awareness to mechanical technology and trade programs by opening a small business in his community that provides opportunities for youth to gain experience and provide them with an avenue to be successful in their education at Washington County Community College. Clinton is passionate, dedicated, and advocates for Washington County Community College and all that he does. His 3.95 grade point average, tutoring opportunities, volunteering, and success at Skills USA illustrates his participation at WCC in the face of adversity he experienced in his first year. During his first year, over Christmas break, Clinton's house burned down with few remaining items. Clinton and his family lost many personal items, memories, and equipment. He was able to overcome this hurdle and continue to return to WCC, mentor students, and work tirelessly to complete his academics. Clinton will share his words of wisdom that is much needed during this time when he speaks with you in a few moments. Lastly, I want to speak about his caring and compassionate nature that epitomizes what it means to be a member of the WCCC community. Many of his peers, faculty, and staff will tell you that Clinton is an old soul with a big heart. He's volunteered in the community to assist with youth programs, stack wood for seniors, and he even saw one of our speakers on the side of the road in the community as he was driving downtown. He stopped to help them out to get them on their way. In early spring, a WCCC staff member expected a loss of a family member. Clinton volunteered his time to help the family cut and stack wood, patch areas of the garage, organize equipment, install blocks, held an auction that allowed the family to have funds during this time. This speaks, again, to Clinton's big heart and his commitment, not only to his academics, his co-curricular in Washington County Community College, but speaks to him as a person that is caring, compassionate, and believes that everyone deserves a pat on the back or an ear to listen to. Your dedication to Washington County Community College and your community is immense, Clinton. I've gotten to know you over the last 2 years, and I continue to be impressed by your work, your dedication, and again, most of all, your big heart for those who you come in contact with me. So again, congratulations, and please join me in congratulating Clinton Bacon, WCCC's 2020 Student of the Year.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to start by just saying thank you for everything that the system has done on me and the community college. Like they say, old soul. I've been down to Calais for quite a while, and it's been awesome down there. I've got to see a lot of things. I've got to learn a lot of things. I got to meet some of the best people that you could ever hope to meet. And the college has definitely been there for me when I needed them, and I've tried to be there for them just the same. It's just been a real honor to be Student of the Year for them. And I guess how I come to be down there was back when I graduated high school. This was the only place in New England that offered the program of study I was looking for. There wasn't even anything within probably 500 miles. So I brought me down to Calais, and it's been history ever since. It's been really wonderful. I hope to continue on next year with a welding certificate to round everything out and really complement the mechanical certificates and degrees that I already have. I've definitely tried to contribute the best I can down there. I help inside the class. If a student's struggling and the instructors are overwhelmed with projects, I do what I can to step in and help them out. And I bring projects down for multiple classes because it's all hands-on work and they need stuff to give the students to practice with. And I've had everything from just small equipment to full-sized earth moving equipment down there on a low bed, and just done everything I can to help the students. And like Mel said, it's definitely been a rough road getting there. My first year down there, we had a house fire Christmas Eve. Actually, no, it was Christmas Day. In the afternoon, we'd all left the house to go snow plowing and come back, and that was that. But there's definitely something that I learned that day that a lot of people can take to heart, and just no matter what, no matter how far down life's got you, no matter if you found rock bottom that day or what, and even if you have no place left to go, you got to get up. You got to keep going. It won't seem like it, but it will get better. And if somebody's there to give you the hand, take it. It's okay. Again, everybody, I think that's about what I got.
Thank you, Clinton. It's really an honor to have you as the representative from Washington County Community College and to represent all of the community colleges. Really appreciate your effort and your staying with it. Now we're going to hear from Nicholas Hamill, the Dean of Students at Central Maine Community College, and he'll introduce Kate McPherson.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor and a pleasure to be with you today to celebrate the achievements of our students. I am very pleased to announce that the Central Maine Community College Student of the Year is Kate McPherson. I discovered that Kate McPherson has at least 2 passions. She probably has more, but you'll have to ask her that yourself. When Kate started at CM, she was pursuing one of those passions, psychology. You see, Kate had a vision, and that vision was to help others with mental health disorders and to address the social stigmas that still surround mental health in America. So you can see that Kate is focused on real issues. But this passion wasn't just some academic question or blind career aspiration. This was born out of her own experiences. In 2014, Kate was a junior at Oak Hill High School when she was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Unable to attend school during her chemo and radiation treatments, the resulting isolation led her into depression. She was completely isolated during her junior and senior years. She was homeschooled and basically had to teach herself, with her mom picking up assignments from instructors. I've known this about Kate for some time, and now that I have experienced a little social isolation, social distancing, I can relate a bit more now than before. Isolation is hard, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I think we all can agree to that. Another quality of Kate's, she is a fighter. Neither cancer nor isolation-induced depression can keep Kate down. Through hard work and learning on her own, Kate was able to graduate on time with her high school class. I believe that the time Kate spent isolated and recovering from cancer treatment also instilled in her the academic skills that have made her one of the top students at CM. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. Last year, Kate was on a Boston trip with CM's Architecture and Civil Engineering Club and saw firsthand how engineering firms were using virtual reality to pre-build buildings for clients. Since technology is Kate's second passion, she saw some real potential in virtual reality. Kate asked herself, could VR change how mental health is delivered? So when she returned from Boston, she immediately changed her major to computer technology. From social sciences to STEM, with bold confidence, Kate has maintained a 3.96 GPA. From the beginning of Kate's career at CM, she has always been involved. During her second semester, Kate was inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and seemingly just as quickly became president. Under Kate's leadership, Phi Theta Kappa achieved the 5-star chapter distinction and has become one of the most active clubs on campus. The recipient of the Coca-Cola Leaders of Promise Scholarship last fall, Kate has been named to the 2020 All-Maine academic team. She has also been selected as a semi-finalist for the PTK All-USA academic team. Selection for this national competition is based on academic excellence, intellectual rigor, chapter involvement, and steps taken to achieve career goals. I must say, Kate was a very competitive candidate. Kate often makes it look so easy, even when it's really hard. As one of the finalists for the George J. Mitchell Scholarship last year, Kate had to withdraw her candidacy due to doctor's orders. I know that was a deep disappointment for her. However, she hasn't missed a beat and continues to be an outstanding student, student employee, and Phi Theta Kappa president. Kate, on behalf of our faculty and staff, thank you for all your hard work and investment. I am honored to introduce you as Central Maine Community College's 2020 Student of the Year.
Thank you, Dean Hamill. I am both honored and humbled to be named Central Maine Community College's Student of the Year. It is a wonderful feeling to be recognized for my hard work and my commitment to this amazing community college. Thank you so much for everyone at the Maine Community College system and to Jana, Lapointe, and her family for funding this generous award. I also want to thank all the wonderful people that have helped me along my journey at CMCC. Everyone says a community college is a good choice financially, but they often overlook the support and the resources you have available to you when you attend a community college. Everyone from faculty and staff to deans and administration have encouraged me to be better than I ever thought I could be, always cheering me on and recognizing my potential. I have never felt alone on my academic journey. Overcoming my battle with cancer may have motivated me to accomplish great things in life and to always see the silver lining, but the people who make up Central Maine Community College ensured my success. I want to personally thank Bob Bushi, who is the Dean of Technology at CMCC. I have worked as a work study in the Information Technology Department for almost a year now, and the amount of experience I have received from him and the rest of the IT department is unmatched. I want to thank Dean Grimes Williams for nominating me and Dean Nicholas Hamill for all the support and the kind words. I also want to thank Judy Marino, the director of the Learning Commons and my Phi Theta Kappa chapter advisor. Phi Theta Kappa has had such a powerful impact in my life. My chapter is like my second family, and I wouldn't be where I am today without you. Lastly, I want to thank Dr. Scott Knapp for running such a wonderful community college that is filled with endless resources and support. Words cannot express my gratitude and how full my heart is. Thank you is not enough to acknowledge everything that you all do.
Thank you, Kate. You know, I met Kate about a year ago and told a story about a student, one of the many stories I hear, students being afraid to register for their first class. And she said to me, President Degler, I registered for class 4 times before I had the courage to sit in class. Today, Kate, you sit here, Student of the Year. Congratulations. So now let's go over to Karen Normandin, and we will hear from her student, KVCC student, Mason Peterson.
Thank you, President Degler. Good afternoon. On behalf of the community at Kennebec Valley Community College, I would like to extend congratulations to the outstanding students being honored here today. You embody the spirit of leadership and the power of service that is so important at this time in history. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to KVCC Student of the Year, Mason Peterson. Recently, I asked Mason to share a quote or a thought, something that would embody the journey to this day. Mason responded very quickly with the following: I am a human being, thus nothing human can be alien to me. And quickly followed up with a short video clip from Maya Angelou, who explored the meaning of this quote by Terence. She stated that if a human being dreams a great dream, dares to love somebody, if a human being dares to be Martin Luther King or Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa or Malcolm X, if a human being dares to be bigger than the condition into which he or she was born, it means so can you. And so you can try to stretch yourself so that you can internalize, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. And so this is a story about stretching. Born and raised in North Carolina in a poverty-stricken religious environment, Mason experienced the childhood of intense expectations and the uncertainty and instability of living with an opioid-addicted parent. At the age of 13, they moved in with their grandmother, experiencing for the first time a sense of security. And through the years, Mason has developed a love for books, the theater, learned to be a wonderful storyteller, and a great writer. As the years passed, Mason began college at a small liberal arts college in Kentucky. The experience didn't go so well. They report not being ready for college at that time. But after some soul searching and some vagabond traveling, Mason moved away from the Appalachian South and found a home in central Maine with a group of friends, and experienced for the first time the unconditional, irreversible love of a chosen family. Mason took a position at Lawrence High School teaching theater to 7th and 8th graders. After a year of teaching, they decided they had the momentum and the courage to return to school. And in the fall of 2018, Mason entered KVCC. This college experience was perfect, giving them permission to maximize potential and gain self-confidence. It was during this time that Mason experienced self in several different ways: as a student, an educator, an activist, and a storyteller. As a student, Mason maintained a 4.0 grade point average while working several jobs, volunteering, service learning projects, and a long list of extracurricular activities, ranging from campus events to a variety of student clubs and organizations. During this time of remote delivery of student services, Mason has provided a strong voice on the student app, engaged student clubs remotely, and provided writing support. Learning to engage others helped Mason maintain an extreme focus and a passion for people and relationships. As an educator, Mason learned the inherent value of being a lifelong learner and a teacher of knowledge, which served them well as a writing tutor in the Learning Commons, as vice president and president of the Student Senate, and as an instructor for dramatic writing for Equality Maine New Leaders Project, and the founder of the Pride Alliance on campus. As an activist, Mason has challenged self to learn and to grow as a human rights activist, joining Planned Parenthood events that supported women's health and reproductive rights, writing and directing a film on gender constructs for a service learning project, and volunteering as a photographer for an Equality Maine event. And finally, as a storyteller, Mason developed a public service announcement for the Maine Association of Infant Mental Health, emphasizing and promoting the importance of parent-child interactions, and also worked on a promotional video for Skowhegan Free Public Library. Each of these areas provided a platform for self-discovery, for stretching, and a means for voices that would otherwise not have had the chance to be heard. This is the essence of Mason's life's work. As Student of the Year, Mason joins the Phi Theta Kappa ranks of community college scholars and will be the student speaker at KVCC's first virtual commencement on May 16th. Mason plans to attend their studies at Amherst College in Massachusetts. So best wishes, Mason, as you continue this journey of stretching. Dream a great dream, dare to love, dare to be bigger than the condition into which you were born. For you are a human being, and nothing human can be alien to you. Congratulations, Mason.
Well, thank you so much, Karen. It was recommended that I speak from the heart, so I'm going to try and do that. The first thing I want to say is, as like, you know, any respectable Gen Z / millennial, I've learned how to Google efficiently, and I've Googled each and every one of my fellow winners, and the access that I have to information, I'm blown away by all of you. So I'm honored and humbled to be alongside of you. Thank you to the Lapointe family and to the Liberal Studies Department at KVCC, and to all faculty, staff, and administration who have been there from the get-go supporting me. And I have a special thanks to this person right here. This was the chosen family that I found in Maine. Her name is Trish. And so if you're going to congratulate me on my successes, you must congratulate her for supporting me and for providing a home for me. So thank you so much. And the final point that I wanted to make and elaborate on just a little bit to my fellow winners, more often than not, I experience imposter syndrome. It has been a defining factor of my adult life. And my words of wisdom would be this, and that is, don't let yourself fall into that pattern of living. Let yourself embrace your successes. Let them define you. Let them become you. You are those successes. And from what I've seen already from the students who have presented, I see no reason why you shouldn't embrace them. So thank you all so much for your attention, and have a good life.
Thank you, Mason. You are emblematic of the grit and determination of these students, and your words of wisdom can and should be taken to heart by everyone. So thank you so very much. Next, we're going to hear from Brian Dorr, the Vice President and Academic Dean, and also the Dean of Student Affairs at Eastern Maine Community College. And he's going to introduce us to Ethan Preble, Eastern Maine Student of the Year. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. First, I want to say from Eastern Maine Community College, congratulations to all the recipients, and also thanks to the Lapointe family for this opportunity to do this and this wonderful chance to celebrate all of these amazing young people. I don't know if anyone else is getting a little bit teared up hearing all of these stories. And to Mason's point just a moment ago, a number of amazing young people in this state are, it's overwhelming really to hear. I want to talk a little bit about Ethan Preble today. It's our pleasure to nominate him as award him as our Student of the Year. He's in our Human Services program, and I got to tell a little bit of a funny story first, which is that it was quite some time before I realized that Ethan wasn't a professional employee here at the college. I would run into him and we would talk and we would have these exchanges, and he was so mature and so articulate and so understanding of someone who was new here at this school. And it wasn't until a couple of months later I realized that he was actually a student. And, I think that is emblematic of his approach to lots of things. He's an excellent representative of our campus. He has reimagined our Gay Straight Alliance and has helped us to create our organization, Students Advocating for Equality, and really serving a much wider population of disadvantaged students, queer students, students of color, others who really are marginalized. We think about folks who are maybe transgender, and has really redefined so much of the way we think about that and how we approach that on our campus. Amazing leadership from this young man. He organized a suicide prevention fundraiser. We do an annual suicide prevention walk here, and it's called the Trevor Project, and it's an organization that is dedicated to serving youth and teens of the LGBTQ+ population who are at risk of suicide. And we know this is one of the most vulnerable, most at risk populations in our entire society. Again, he comes across in such a professional, such a mature, in such a kind and compassionate way. He's been an integral part of our business office now for over a year, and he, again, approaches people with such grace and poise and maturity. He's indistinguishable from our professional folks that work in that office, and I know that those people are going to miss him dearly in the future. He is speedy in his grasp of information and his ability to pay attention to details and ask for help when needed. Dependable and conscientious, thoroughly understands all of the implications of being trusted with very private, very delicate, and very sensitive information. He's also a strong advocate in our Residence Life program. He's worked to create a new role. It's called the Lead RA, and has worked in close partnership with our resident directors and as well as our student engagement professionals. And in that role, he's developed these really interesting new takes on old ideas and has been able to experiment, create new things for our students that have been engaging and also really help to meet what their specific needs are. He's also been a great leader for us as an organization. So he served on, for example, our recent NECHI reaccreditation visit. This again speaks to his amazing level of maturity. He represents our college in a lot of other ways. He was recently part of our Office of Civil Rights review and spoke in just such amazing ways about the college, and his insights were taken by that individual and really taken to heart and used. I think another piece that I want to point out is that his work isn't just limited to the college. He's deeply connected with other local organizations such as Bangor Health Equity Alliance and the Mabel Wadsworth Center here in town. And again, helping to really promote the best interests of some of our most vulnerable populations. He's got a strong passion for serving his peers, and he's often here helping with his fellow students from anything from their homework to registering for their classes to completing their forms for financial aid, to helping them work through how they should respond to problems. He's an asset to everyone in his residence hall here at the EMCC campus and honestly in the wider community of Maine. He is a person pursuing a professional human services career. And I think that these experiences that he's had here as a student leader will serve him well. He's consistently shows this maturity, not just among his peers and among the folks here as professionals, but with everyone he comes into contact with. And I was thinking about Ethan and three words that describe him. One is kindness, the second is compassion, and the third is action. So we have lots of folks that I think do a great job with those first two, but one of the things that is really distinguishing about Ethan is his ability to take action and to help get things done and to really create new opportunities for other people. I know that he will be moving to new careers and new work in working with folks in the community in the future. And what I want to say is they will be so lucky to be served and to work with Ethan because we have been so lucky here. And so again, I cannot overstate how absolutely honored we are to recognize Ethan Preble as our Student of the Year for Eastern Maine Community College.
Well, I want to say thank you to Brian Dor. That was such a nice message. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's here. And congratulations to all the fellow students of the year. It is an honor to be recognized. Reflecting back on my first steps on the Eastern Maine Community College campus 2 years ago, I never would have imagined the impact that the school would have on my life and the impact that the community college system would have on my life. I'm entirely grateful for the relationships that I have formed with my peers, with the faculty and the staff. They have definitely helped mold me into a better person. I cannot say enough about Maine Community College system and the education that I've received through the Human Services program. My professors are the most caring, sweet, and educated people I have ever met, and they are truly passionate about educating us all for this work in the program and into the field. And I just can't say thank you enough. So, for everyone.
Well, thank you, Ethan. That's a very sincere note of appreciation for all the people that have supported you. So next we'll hear from Jason Ari, who's the Dean of Students at York County Community College. And Jason will introduce us to Billie Sue Santo. So, Jason?
Thank you, President Dagler, and good afternoon, everybody. It is a distinct pleasure for me to be here today to introduce Billie Sue Santo, York County Community College's 2020 Student of the Year. Billie is a computer science major and plans to attend USM in the fall. But before attending YC, Billy spent several years after high school in the workforce to help his family, to help support his family, and that delayed his college enrollment until he was 25 years of age. Billy told me that when he began his academic journey, he was afraid he wouldn't be able to keep up with the college level math because he had taken such a long break after high school. He got straight A's during his first semester. In fact, he's made the dean's list every semester he's been enrolled here at YC, and all while managing 5 to 6 courses per term. I guess that little break from high school didn't hurt him too much. Beyond his academic qualifications, though, his personal qualities are what truly make him stand out. Billy says that when he started, he was a shy person when he first attended YC. It was difficult for him to find his voice, to voice his opinion. During discussions, he was always first to leave the class, and he wasn't really involved on campus. He realized after that first year that the college experience wasn't as satisfying to him as it could be. He felt disappointed because he didn't do anything else other than work and study. When he re-enrolled this past fall, he decided to step out of his comfort zone, and step out he did. He's an active student leader. He is currently the president of PTK and helped fundraise for York County's Sustainability Station and the York County Community Action Organization, and he oversaw the collection of over 1,500 toys for the Toys for Tots program. He is currently an officer of the Computer Science Club, a new student orientation leader, and serves as YC student ambassador, representing the student experience at major college events. Prior to this, Billy served as the vice president for the Student Senate and participated on the York County, on the YC soccer team. On top of all of this, Billy also served as the student representative on York County Community College's presidential search committee. This involved a huge commitment of time, which Billy did so very willingly. He knew the importance of finding the next best leader of YC, and he took his job representing the student voice very seriously. He is a true example of a student who commits his all to whatever he sets out to do. Billy also serves as a tutor in the Student Success Commons. He feels passionate about helping his fellow students succeed academically and goes to great lengths to make sure students are not only able to do math problems, but truly understand them as well. One of his nominators writes, "It brings me joy to listen to him tutor. He is so encouraging, kind, and patient." She goes on to say, "Billy is a 1 in a million student. I believe York County has been richly blessed by his presence on our campus. I know the Student Success Commons is a better place because of the time he has spent with us. I will miss him dearly when he graduates in May." Billy is clearly a role model. He's an excellent student, tutor, campus leader, friend, and community member. And I think I speak for everyone at YCCC when I say, Billy, thank you for your positive attitude, your kindness, your generosity, and your time. You have made a lasting impression on our college and a positive impact on your fellow students. It is my privilege to present the Student of the Year Award to Billie Sue Santo.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Billie Sue Santo. First of all, I would like to thank you, the Lapointe family, for awarding me with such an honor. I am very grateful that I was selected as the Student of the Year at York County Community College. As Justin have mentioned, my first year at YCCC was uneventful. I tried my best to stay low-key. However, in that first year, I was able to meet some of the most wonderful people in my life. Emily from English 095, Travis from Discreet, Paul Archer, the PTK Club Advisor, Gideon and Danielle from the SSC family, and last but definitely not least, Claudette, our lovely Computer Science Program Advisor. I wouldn't have met these incredible individuals if I hadn't attended YCCC. They are the real reason why I am here with you all today. I believe that I became who I am today because of everyone who I have met so far at YCCC. No matter how big or small it might be, every person at YCCC has made an impact in my life. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I would say that I would not been able to step outside my comfort zone and be selected as the Student of the Year if it weren't for the people who have supported me since day one. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Okay. You know, I first met Billy during that York County search process and recognized that he was another student who had fears that he had to overcome, and overcome them he did. So thank you. Our final presentation is going to be made by Tiffany Bentley, who's the Dean of Students at Southern Maine Community College, and she will introduce us to Liam Woodworth Cook. So Tiffany.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, let me say on behalf of SMCC, thank you and congratulations to all of the winners this year. At 23 years old, Liam Woodworth Cook felt like he hadn't been in a classroom in a long time. When he decided to further his education, he chose SMCC because he found it affordable, engaging, and because he thought it would be an easier transition than a four-year school. Since then, he has found that going to college pulls the best out of him, and he's not talking about his 3.9 GPA in liberal studies working towards an eventual master's or PhD in literature. In his essay, he wrote that he instantly connected with his professors, developing relationships that extended beyond the classroom as he learned to breathe through the load. He writes that his vision for himself and the world has been shaped by his experience at SMCC, and he has been challenged at SMCC not just academically, but mentally and physically, and that he has gained an intimate and invaluable knowledge of his limits, learning that he can exceed limits he previously thought he could not. This, he concludes, has given him confidence as a student, as a person, and as a student leader. As a member of the greater Portland community, Liam initially fostered friendships with musicians, artists, and concert goers, which led to volunteering at several local theaters. For many months, Liam frequented the Port Veritas spoken word open mic night at Bullfini's. He took a job at Bayside Bowl. In addition to volunteering and working off campus, Liam has been a peer tutor for 2 semesters, an experience that he says has broadened his knowledge of English while helping others learn. Liam has written for The Beacon, SMCC's student newspaper, including traveling to the New York Times to meet with the managing editor. Liam has been a featured writer in the spring 2019 Writ Literary Magazine and is currently working on the spring 2020 issue. Liam has worked with the Captain's Cupboard, SMCC's student food pantry, for over a year, excited by the opportunity to ensure SMCC is fighting food insecurity. He cites volunteering there as one of his largest endeavors on campus. He began volunteering once per week at the front desk and helping recover food from the culinary arts program. He is now president of the Captain's Cupboard student organization, an all-volunteer board that makes the Captain's Cupboard possible. As president, Liam is responsible for mundane tasks like writing agendas and leading weekly board meetings. He has ensured continued outreach to students via tabling, flyers, social media, and was recently interviewed for a local television news broadcast. Liam has made connections with local businesses and connections on campus that have allowed the Cupboard to expand their operations. Under Liam's leadership, the Captain's Cupboard works with a local bakery to donate leftover bagels and breads. In addition, they have added the Sunset Shelf, a cabinet of food that is accessible when the Captain's Cupboard is closed, and they have been making bags of non-perishable items and delivering them to professors and departments to have available for students in need. Like many good leaders before him, Liam takes little credit. He says, "My leadership ultimately comes from inspiration and empowerment. I cannot speak about myself as a leader at the Cupboard without acknowledging the hard work of other volunteers who do so much groundwork. While my time at the Cupboard has proved there is a need to delegate, I seek to empower my peers to rise to their potential. This goes hand in hand with my job as a tutor, to help students learn on their own. When a friend and I wanted to start a writing club, we both rose to the challenge and created the Free Range Writers. Much of the college is networking, and this has been an asset of mine, connecting people and using my relationships to create more opportunities. I am not only willing to stay on top of my academics, but engage with the community. This hasn't been easy, though I am driven by what I believe in: food for the hungry, art for the brilliance of creation, and learning so that we may share knowledge. I've demonstrated my leadership by showing up, by getting involved, by seeing a larger picture, and making myself and others smile along the way. You have certainly done that, Liam, and so much more. It is my pleasure to recognize SMCC's 2020 Student of the Year, Liam Woodworth Cook.
Thanks. Congratulations to everyone else. And wonderful, wonderful job for everyone. It's amazing the similarities that we've all gone through to get there. I'm wearing my Captain's Cupboard shirt. Just like, yeah, thanks for this award. Did not expect it. And yeah, I want to thank just the lovely college, the English department, everyone, the Captain's Cupboard itself, my now housemate and dear friend, Christina, who I met from the Captain's Cupboard. And yeah, I stopped going to school after 8th grade and spent some time traveling and learning on my own as an autodidact, and it's been amazing. And the journey to like actually enter school, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it again. And then I stepped in and I was like, oh no, this is great. And so I'm in it. I'm hungry for more. The past year of connecting around campus has been so wonderful. And I'm gonna miss it, those relationships. And yeah, it's a wonderful, wacky world out there. So congratulations to everyone. And you know, I think we're just gonna keep going. So yeah, thanks.
Well, thank you, Liam. You're going to become a vital part of our creative economy. I want to thank all of the award recipients today. Now you know why we are so grateful at Maine's community colleges to have the opportunity to work with these students. They inspire us every day. They're just awesome. I'll speak for myself and say that I'm in awe of what these students have accomplished, and I know I speak for my colleagues and everyone in this audience. As we journey down the path, we understand that there are more students just like them out there, and we're anxious to hear their stories and to have their stories be heard. You know, we heard Tiffany say about Liam that he can't accept credit without giving credit. And before we leave, I want to give a special thank you to the many people at the colleges that have supported these students, have supported this transition, and made this system as important as it is for the people of the state of Maine, and for students like the 7 that we've honored today. You are the heroes who teach, who nurture, who encourage, who make those personal connections with our students and make everything else happen. So I thank you. I thank your friends. I thank the families that have supported these students and everyone who is watching. We are all accomplishing great things together. Let us support each other. Let us build on our strengths. Let us find new ways today to make things matter for tomorrow. These students are showing us how we can do that. So once again, thank you to the 7 students. Thank you to everyone in Maine's community colleges for everything you've done. I'm honored to have been a part of this presentation. You have a great day. Remember to wash your hands.